I have just been evicted and I'm homeless. Does the local authority have to help me?
Yes, though they may not have a duty to house you, it depends on your circumstances.
How do I know if the local authority have a duty to provide me with a house?
You have to make a homelessness application. The housing department will investigate your circumstances and make a decision.
When should I make a homelessness application?
Typically, you'd make a homelessness application once you were homeless, threatened with homelessness, or served a Section 21 notice to quit by a private landlord.
So after the homelessness application and investigating my circumstances, do the housing department have discretion whether or not to house me?
Not exactly. The housing department is duty-bound to follow relevant statute, in this case the Housing Act 1996, sections 186 and 187, and local authority codes of guidance. There are 5 tests that if you meet, the local authority has to provide you with accommodation.
What are the 5 tests?
That you're eligible for assistance, homeless, have a priority need, not intentionally homeless, and have a local connection.
And the local authority can investigate those tests in any order they want?
No, they have to investigate them strictly in the order given.
Can anyone who is homeless make a homelessness application?
Yes.
To any local authority? Even if I don't live in the area or I've only just moved there?
Yes.
And the local authority still needs to investigate my circumstances?
Yes.
The local authority says I don't have a local connection, so they can't help me and won't accept my homelessness application. Is this legal?
No, they have to accept your homelessness application.
The local authority says I am not in priority need or I am not vulnerable. They cannot help me and won't accept my homelessness application. Is this legal?
No, they have to accept your homelessness application.
I've been evicted due to rent arrears. The local authority says I'm intentionally homeless and can't help me and won't accept my homelessness application. Is this legal?
No, they have to accept your homelessness application.
When making an initial homelessness application, do I have to take in evidence to prove my circumstances?
No. The local authority has got a duty to investigate if they reasonably believe you to be homeless. However, providing as much evidence as you can about your circumstances will make those investigations quicker and easier, which can only help you.
The local authority has accepted my homelessness application. I have passed the first 4 tests, but I don't have a local connection. Do the local authority have to house me?
No. However, if they don't find you accommodation, they have to refer you to the local authority that does owe you a duty, and the second local authority cannot apply the 5 tests all over again.
What is temporary accommodation?
If your homelessness application is successful, the local authority must provide you with temporary accommodation while they find you something more permanent.
What is emergency accommodation?
This is short-term accommodation provided to you while the local authority makes inquiries about your circumstances. The local authority should provide this type of accommodation if you meet the first 3 homelessness tests.
The local authority have made a decision. They say I'm not eligible for accommodation because I don't meet some, one, or any of the 5 tests. What do I do now?
You can ask for a review of the decision, or you can look for alternative accommodation elsewhere, such as in the private sector, or registering on the housing allocations list.
The local authority have offered me a tenancy with a private landlord. Do I have to accept it?
Probably, if the rent is affordable, the property suitable for your needs, and the tenancy for over 12 months, the local authority can discharge their duty to you by providing you a tenancy in the private sector.
I'm a single homeless person with no children and no disabilities. Will I be eligible for accommodation?
Unlikely. However, the local authority still has a duty to investigate all your circumstances.
Is there anywhere I can seek further advice about the local authority's housing duties, or about help with my other housing needs?
Of course, you can always speak to your local Citizens Advice Bureau. Also, check out the links to various housing charities found in the description at the bottom of this video.